Hi, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Talaskill podcast. Today's guest is a pharma leader with 12 years experience in rare disease and oncology marketing. She launched innovative therapies, unlock the value of mature product, and build high-performing teams that drives in competitive markets. Um, she brings a collaborative, patient-focused approach and passion for driving healthcare innovation with real impact. Let me introduce you to Bruna Desjardins. Bruna, good morning.
Good morning, Valence, and thank you for inviting me today.
No problem. It's a pleasure to have you. And I think talking about the marketing department, your career, your where you've been mastering your activity, I think this will be quite insightful for many people because marketing is taking quite a lot of place in the industry these days. So let's just start with a brief, evolution in life science industry, working in marketing, pharma leaders. What it has been for you.
Yeah, it's a good question, and yeah, when I started my career 12 to 15 years ago, it was only driven by paper and paper tools. At that time, for a marketer, the only objective was to develop supporting tools for key account manager to visit HCPs, and that's all. It was definitely a one-way communication, face-to-face, with a lot of in-person events, and yeah, only face-to-face interaction with healthcare professionals. So the regarding specifically marketing tools, the only objective was to develop project leaflets, but for key account managers to have something for HCPs. So just leave behind. Um, we were not able to analyze what we did. Yeah, it was really traditional, and things were done just manually. So Excel was a wonderful tool, but only for those who mastered pivot tables. So it was definitely not the best for us from a marketing perspective. Um, and it's really, yeah, it's really strange because in pharmaceutical industry, you can see some medicines that are really highly innovative, gene therapy, for example, and so on. But the ways of working in pharma have remained really traditional for a long time. And over the years, and really recently, I'd like to say, the COVID crisis really accelerated this transformation, and really recently, it has shifted to a much more digital and patient-centric environment where data and her ability to analyze it have become absolutely central. It was not the case before, and definitely it was too difficult for us to analyze. So yeah, this transformation pushed up to develop some new skills, just to start first embracing digital solutions, but
Okay.
were not part of what we had, yeah, 10 to 15 years ago.
Excellent. So if I understand, the traditional way was, a workload of different tasks to lead to certain results. But then evolution came along. Now it's a bit better, I would say, quicker, a bit more clearer in the way that things are being presented. Out of all those different things that came with innovation, what would you say is the biggest evolution that was the best for you, or maybe even more workload in your department?
Now, I would say that the most positive evolution today is the ability to generate and analyze data easily, really. And this definitely simplify our daily work. Uh, Previously, in the past, we spent a lot of time working on tedious, time-consuming projects, but those projects were just key in our daily work, so it was just mandatory for us to do this kind of job. Um, I think that today AI can support us on a daily basis and freeing up time for project with a real added value, definitely. So for me, definitely, it's really a positive evolution. Efficiency is today really the most important impact I can see using AI in marketing. On the flip side, with a new tool, you have to develop some new skills. So, of course, AI comes with new complexities, specifically related to local regulations. And I know that you discussed that topic last week with Frank, but definitely this is a real point we have to work specifically on. So, yeah, I'm going to say our job finally remains the same, just more digital, more data-driven. But yeah, sometimes can be a little bit more heavier and more demanding because of regulations that still need to be clarified or updated.
Okay, great. Great. And then when you say that it's been easier now for analyzing data, is there any tools that you've been using on a day-to-day that has enabled you to do this properly?
Yeah, for example, and you discussed that topic with Frank, but we can analyze many different data through the CRM. We also have digital tools that can support us in analyzing digital campaigns. It was not the case in the past using just paper tools. You cannot identify with a paper how long an HCP is going to spend on your document, how many times he is going to read it, which argument is the most important one, and so on. So definitely this kind of data are really helpful for us, because from a marketing perspective, it's an opportunity to analyze if your campaign is the good one, if your arguments are understood or not. Do you have to implement some modifications? Do you have to? Yeah, it's definitely an additional tool for us to be more agile.
Okay. So the right tools to actually make sure you're on the right track, and then give the impact you're looking after. Excellent. Okay, thank you for that, Bruna. Quite highlighting the department and the evolution. Now, thinking of AI, because you briefly started the conversation around it, what has been the massive impact from a standard point with the introduction to AI in the marketing activity?
Yeah, so before AI, many tasks were repetitive and time-consuming, such as manual data analysis, content writing, also slide deck presentation for internal or external meetings. So spending so much time on this routine but essential task left less time for high-value work that really impact the business, such as competitive intelligence, for example. It was essential at the time to prioritize projects, most of the time based just on the next deadline. But yeah, it could also affect the quality of work, but also increase the workload of team members. It was definitely the case before AI. Today, AI really accelerates things and makes life easier, definitely. It's like having a new colleague to support you in your daily basis. So highly positive. You save time for high-value projects. You can generate innovative ideas and create a kind of virtuous circle of innovation. You have access to analytical power you never had before, and this is really crucial in pharmaceutical business. So yeah, for me, it's really this kind of change I have observed in my daily work. At the same time, as I mentioned just before, it brings new challenges regarding regulation. What can I ask AI? Can I use it? Can I upload patients' data? Those questions may seem really simple, but their impact is really huge. And as we have, finally to continuously protect patient privacy. So definitely, it's really helpful to use AI today, but with some new challenges we have to identify and to treat. So AI can support you, provide you some easy answers, but creativity and critical thinking are definitely uniquely human, if I can say. So finally, one question is, how do you keep a critical mindset when results are automatically generated? Are you sure that data generated are reliable? And those questions are really question of interest. So that's the reason why I mentioned just before that AI is just a kind of assistant, someone who is going to help you.
Yes. Excellent. Good to know. And I mean, I'll jump on that to ask, because you had a managerial position, so you acted as a business unit director. You had to manage people. Have you had experience? Have you had the chance to experience AI in such setup? And then what kind of benefits did it bring?
I never had the opportunity to use AI to recruit my teams. I know that some tools exist today. I would say that but as and definitely it's the same for many different tools, projects, and so on, where you're going to use AI. AI is just here to support you and not to do your job. So you are the only person who can analyze with humanity what's going on. So if you have to write your CV, please keep your own creativity, because if not, then you are going to be just a copy paste from other candidates. And from an HR perspective, that's the same. Of course, you can use AI to filter the resumes you are going to receive, but please keep a part of humanity in what you do, because sometimes you do not tick every boxes, but some candidates can bring some additional skills and competencies. So I would say that's the same for me in HR recruitment and marketing tools. Please keep a part of your humanity just to ensure that AI is not going to replace you.
Yes, I think that is very important to make sure that everyone listening keep that in mind, and I think it's this part of humanity that actually link us all together and then bring those results. So very good reminder. I'd like to jump on this actually to ask you a question regarding creativity, right? Because I know that marketing, it's a lot of things related to campaign, making sure that the target audience will react to it or connect with the message being sent. Would you say is the data that brings more result, or the creative side of the marketing work that will bring results?
I think definitely, and it's a very good point. Thank you, Valence. Both, because data and data generated for AI are going to be more, with more interesting, and the analysis of those data are going to be easier. So your marketing approach, it's going to be more agile. But I'm convinced that with AI, you can also bring some new, more creative projects. And definitely, it's a very, very important point. I mentioned at the very beginning that a few years ago, commercial approach was really leading by face-to-face interactions. So from a marketing perspective, the only objective was to develop printed sales ads, leaflets, and to organize face-to-face meetings. Today, I see a real evolution in what marketing can bring to the entire healthcare area, thanks to AI, because today the approach is really different, even more in rare disease. You mentioned that at the very beginning. I had the opportunity to work during the last 15 years in rare disease, but I think that the approach can be easily duplicated in a more mass market. Today, HCP healthcare professional, sorry for mentioning HCPs. I know that everyone do not understand this acronym. So healthcare professionals are still part of the commercial approach, but today additional stakeholders are involved. Why? Because marketing has evolved from a pure commercial approach, a selling approach, to a more patient journey approach. Patient journey, which include pharmacists, but also patients, of course, biologists, for example, in some disease, and in the entire life cycle of a drug. So that means that the objective today from our marketing approach and for pharmaceutical companies, it is definitely to become a partner of HCPs, of healthcare professionals, to support patient journey from their initial diagnosis, and not just when they will need your treatment. And this approach, which is definitely different, support marketing approach to switch from a mono-channel to a multi-channel approach, where digital and AI tools become more and more important, definitely. And today, from a pure marketing perspective, we can identify many different startups who can support us in this approach to better understand the disease and multiply the chance to develop an adequate clinical study, for example, and limit risk of failure, which is definitely key. In the management of clinical study, there is an Australian digital health company, Opyl, OPYL, that analyze historical data for predicting, simulating, and optimizing clinical trials. So this is definitely a kind of tool that can support you at the very beginning of the development of a drug, yes, to identify the best opportunity you have and how you can develop the best clinical trial to ensure that finally the patient is going to benefit the treatment. To improve diagnosis, there is another startup, Matrices.ai, who leverage AI to overcome, for example, the challenges of radiology, such as MRI. So today they have already developed a dedicated project for endometriosis, where before this tool, the diagnosis was on average delayed by 7 years. But today the objective is really to just by analyzing efficiently MRI to anticipate the diagnosis of endometriosis, which is an opportunity for patients to benefit the treatment earlier. So definitely a real huge impact. And there are so many different startups like that who are just developing, growing, and having their first initial project. In France, we have a very well-known French AI startup, which is its name is Okin. Okin is an AI biotech that, yes, today unlocks,
Yes, I know them very well. Yeah.
Yeah, their objective is really to unlock complex biology to find the right treatment for every patient. So they develop many different tools at that time to improve diagnosis, to ensure that the good patient is going to receive the good treatment. And they have developed, for example, LabsRisk BC, which is an AI diagnostics that helps pathologists, biologists, and oncologists to determine the right treatment pathway for early breast cancer patients. So there are so many different examples, and definitely those kind of tools are part of the project we can implement from a marketing perspective, because today our objective is really also to improve diagnosis, to ensure that patients are going to be referred in the good centers to see the good doctor, and to ensure that they are going to receive the good treatment. So all these kind of tools are AI tools are really helpful for that. And yeah, for me, it's really an opportunity to support our marketing strategies and just to support the switch from a commercial approach to a more patient journey approach in marketing.
Yes. I mean, this is very insightful. Thank you for this, Brenna. It's funny because okay, you actually bring me back 6 years back because I went to visit their office at that time when they were still a startup, very young, very creative, a bit crazy as well, but bringing all those great ideas to the world. So yes, lots of new AI product from very young startup, which actually brings the next generation on the map with new approach. We will that will probably brings quicker results, maybe better results as well,
Yeah.
but definitely word impact in terms of the vision journey from a marketing
Yeah.
perspective, which is great. So with all those elements shared from you, Bruna, what would you say is your take on the future of work with the birth of AI in our daily work?
Yeah, I'm convinced that AI is today a wonderful tool to support your daily work, to improve your creativity, as I mentioned before, but AI should just remain an assistant. AI is not a replacement. What AI can bring you will depend of what you bring and ask AI. And as a human is not perfect, I'm sorry to tell you that. Of course, you will miss some information when asking something to AI. So the answer will be good, but never, never, never perfect. So, yeah, definitely AI clearly improves efficiency and opens new perspective, but it's just an assistant, kind of cherry on the cake, if I can say.
Yes,
Because, yeah, the deep understanding of human needs, empathy, and the ability to convince and to create a vision, that's still very human. And only human can use their brains to analyze and interpret information with precision. So, yeah, definitely I see AI as an assistant, kind of copilot, powerful, useful, but definitely AI is not going to fly the plane alone. So yeah, I think
yes.
that it's the place AI should stay, and that's all.
Well, that was great to hear. And then obviously, I think that like you said, with the integration of AI in our work, that also push us to go above and beyond in terms of human capabilities, human
Yeah.
knowledge, and then skills as well. So we need to do more with AI. AI is not here to replace us as of yet, but does bring a lot of positivity in terms of how we operate, how fast we can bring new solution here for patient when it comes to health. So that was very insightful and very interesting, Bruna. Thank you for taking the time today to be here on Tala Skills podcast, and I wish you the best for the rest. I'm sure you will bring great impact in marketing activity moving forward.
Thank you so much, Valence. It was a pleasure to be with you today, and yeah, to share my vision and my thoughts regarding AI in marketing and how we can all together implement this tool the best way. So thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. Bye bye.